Hi guys, and welcome to the Sideline Show. I'm Bruce McLean, and I'm joined here with Matthew Nessel. We're going to start off today's discussion by apologizing for Wednesday's episode getting delayed. It should already be uploaded as you're watching this video. So I think we're going to have two videos. All the topics from that video will be pertaining to Wednesday's current news in the sports world. So we're going to start off today's actual discussion talking about the Lakers-Nuggets last night, Game 2 of the Western Conference Finals. Do you want to start us off with a little recap of that game?
Yeah, another hard-fought game. Lakers, again, kind of found themselves trying to claw back late in the fourth quarter after they kind of had control the entire game. Would have liked to get more from LeBron and AD, especially when they got massive contributions from Reeves and Hachimura. But, I mean, Nuggets are an elite team. Jamal Murray showed up. Especially in the fourth quarter, and they do what they do. They take two games at home, but it's like they always say, a series doesn't start until a road team wins. So, still got a lot of game left.
I mean, neither team is it has been losing at home all playoffs. So, but yeah, I mean, the Lakers
on the road.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, neither team is like.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I don't know how I said that, but the Lakers, that's a game you need to win.
Yeah.
They had complete control of it, and they completely lost at the end of that third quarter, and they clawed back in the fourth quarter, but I don't know.
Yeah.
The Nuggets just pulled away. Maybe it was the fourth quarter they had control, and the Nuggets kind of pulled away. I don't remember, but
it was third quarter they kind of lost it towards the end.
Yeah.
The Nuggets tied it up, and then fourth quarter they really kind of surged, took a double-digit lead.
I think they were leading going into the fourth too. The Lakers. I think they're up 3.
Yeah. I mean, there was like they brought it back close after they kind of took control. It felt like right at a point.
Oh, I thought they were gonna win. I thought they were up by like 10.
Yeah, but I mean, Jamal Murray, like, he really started that game off terribly. Every shot looked short. It looked like he was kind of gassed, which understandably so. I mean, he's coming off that injury. He's had a whole full season, but it's still kind of hard to get back into that. A lot of guys don't really feel like themselves till year 2, but he came out in that second half and he won them the game.
Oh yeah, I mean 37 points. He led the team.
Yeah.
When we look at what we said in the last episode, I mean, we said it was going to be a hard-fought game. That was a gritty basketball game.
Yeah.
No team was particularly shooting the ball too well. I mean, the Lakers terrible. How many missed threes in a row?
It was a lot.
I think it was like 19.
Was it that much?
I think so.
But I didn't like their late game offense.
I didn't either.
A lot of settling for threes, especially when they're not falling, and from the wrong guys too. LeBron. Yeah. I get you got the injury. I get you're kind of struggling to get it going at the rim. 2 very uncharacteristic misses and a lost ball on a dunk. But I mean, settling for 2 threes there at the end was that kind of sparked a Nuggets run. That just can't happen.
I mean, it was like a 2-point game, and the Lakers just lost control.
Yeah, and I didn't like it was they had a momentum possession, right? They could have swung it back in their favor, and it ends up as an 80 corner 3. I want to say they're down 4 at this point. Early in the shot clock too. It was a lot of settling from 3, which I think played right into the Nuggets game plan. They want you to take those shots as opposed to the Stars really getting to their spots. And you saw AD made 2 field goals, right?
Let's see, let me check the stats really quick.
I mean, his impact was still felt. I think he still got 20 points, even only making 2 shots.
He put up 18, and he was 4 for 15. 1 3. LeBron 0 for 6 from 3.
Yeah, and the 3.
And that just shows you he's still capable of being a great player. Like 9 for 13 from 2 is insane, but
yeah, and I mean, we saw 2 of those misses were just shots that he does not miss. That random layup that he just was short on, and then that reverse at the end when they were down 4. Was very bizarre for him. So I think that foot obviously is bothering him, and I don't think it helped very much that he seemed to re-aggravate it. I mean, I think a lot of people forget that foot was not cleared by any doctors at all but one. He called it the LeBron James of foot doctors. But I would say that guy's not the LeBron James of foot doctors if he was the only person to clear him.
Yeah. So LeBron almost had a triple-double again. And we said last episode we thought Rui Hachimura was going to start. They went with Vanderbilt again, but Rui got starters minutes.
Yeah, and I mean, Rui played great. But I didn't mind. I thought Vanderbilt played some good defense. I think the Nuggets were ready for what they were going to do, obviously. Like we said, it wasn't just going to be like it was in the second half of that game. They were going to have counters ready, which they did. I still didn't like Aaron Gordon on the court, like, ever in that game. He just looks kind of lost out there.
Yeah.
But
a crazy stat, I didn't see this until right now. The offensive rebounds, the Lakers had 4 in the whole game. Nuggets had 11.
Yeah, a lot of that is Jokic. I mean, especially off his own shots, too. It's hard enough to make him miss, but even if you do, he will just beat you right to the ball, and he'll get it back, which is crazy because, I mean, we know he's not the most
you see his
person,
but he just stands there and he can just grab the ball.
He just gets it, just great feel.
And it was a presence in game 1 too. It was it was the whole first half.
Yeah, it's just what he does.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's just,
and he's still so efficient. I mean, last night you look at what he did. He put up 23 points on a 9 for 21 shooting, but
I think yesterday was a little more of.
I mean, if that's your off day, though, you had 17 boards, 12 assists, 3 steals, and 23 points.
I think he looked to be a little more of a playmaker yesterday. I think with a lot of people maybe expecting him to try to score more with that matchup with the smaller guy on him. I do think they're going to need more fourth quarter contributions from him, though.
I do, too.
To win a game in LA. Because, he didn't score in the fourth yesterday, right?
I don't think so.
And he scored like 2 in game 1. So I think late in the game, and I'm sure he knows, but, he's got to maybe, on a couple of those possessions, that result in, like, a 3 from, like, a Jeff Green or some. Maybe you'd rather Jokic taking a tougher shot because you just want him to get those shots up in the fourth.
Yeah. I agree. I mean, he's got to. At the end of the day, though, if he can pass the ball to the guy that's open, I think it's the right basketball play, but as a 2-time MVP now, probably should have been 3-time.
No, I mean, he's the best player this year, but Embiid deserved it.
Embiid deserved MVP. But as a 2-time MVP and a guy you've never seen take that step, you want him to take that step and be that guy.
Yeah, and they talked about on the broadcast, he's still kind of developing as, like, Michael Malone keeps challenging him to shoot more, and he is. And, I mean, we saw it game 1, he put up points. But it's just, I think, late in the game, he continues to make the right play, and he should do that for the most part. There's, I think, times, though, where that offense is maybe going through cold spells from 3, as we've seen in the last 2 games. And when you kind of have the opening to take the floater or the wide open 3, just take the floater.
Yeah. But again, another big rebounding night, and it's huge for them because then they can play small and still have the huge contribution on the rebounds. I mean, they won the rebounding game pretty much purely off of him. Anthony Davis had an okay game.
I mean,
18 and 14. That's a game you expect from him last year. This year you expect a little bit more.
The presence was there. The shot wasn't.
No,
he did.
4 for 15.
I forgot his third shot he made was that big corner 3. I felt like the Nuggets had captured the momentum. I think they had it at double digits, and then that cut it to 7.
This is only 3 of the game.
But yeah, and then he thought he was feeling it and took the other one later. So
Lakers got to win in LA. They got to win both games in LA. It's pretty much non-negotiable because if you don't, you're falling down 3-0 or 3-1. And at LeBron's age, I don't think he can come back from that. Lakers played all right. It's just a game you need to win. Yeah. The Nuggets didn't play their sharpest basketball.
Yeah, really only Jamal Murray had it going.
Yeah, Jamal Murray had a great game.
And MPJ played well too.
He did. It was his role. I mean, 16, 7, and 3, and
he hit some big shots.
Yeah,
and
solid efficiency.
His defensive contributions, I feel like, are understated sometimes. Just his size helps. So.
Yeah, his length. But yeah, that's pretty much it about that game. Lakers had to have won it, didn't win it. Still have hope.
Yeah.
someone's got to win a road game.
Yeah. Technically no.
Well, the Nuggets don't, but
yeah,
you would like them to. All right, now the Celtics Heat. We kind of saw it coming. I think we said we wouldn't be surprised if we saw a Heat victory, and that's exactly what happened. You want to give a recap of that game?
Yeah. So I mean, this was a letdown game for the Celtics. And I mean, for the Heat side of things, like, massive. You take game one in Boston.
Now you have home court advantage.
It felt like everyone really contributed. You had Jimmy had a good game, obviously. Bam, Strus off the bench gave.
Strus.
Kyle Lowry.
Strus was starting.
I meant to say Lowry off the bench.
Lowry off the bench.
Everyone just had it going, and it's what we said. We said if the Heat get hot from three, they're winning that game.
Yeah, let's see. What did they shoot from three? They shot 51% from three in that game.
Yeah.
You're not going to lose a basketball game playing like that, especially when you have the Celtics who shot 35% from three.
Yeah.
Tatum, solid game, not good efficiency from three, but didn't take a lot of shots. Tatum played great.
Tatum only shot the ball 5 times in the second half, which is a big issue. They didn't get him the ball.
Yeah.
And then when they did, he had a couple late turnovers, which were bad. And in regards to the 3-point shooting thing, the Celtics, when they get outshot from three, they lose every time. That is a team that needs to make and take and make their threes.
Yeah, you want Horford to play a little bit better, 7 points.
Yeah, and
listen, he's taken a step back, but if you're playing 32 minutes, you got to put up more than 7.
And Horford maybe gave them a little bit of bulletin board material when he hit that three. He called timeout from them for them. From that point on, they outscored them by 20.
Yeah.
So maybe not the best decision on his part, but
no, but and it was a long game for them. They had a short bench.
They played Pritchard. I didn't like that, especially
Pritchard.
Grant Williams just,
especially because there's not really, who is he gonna guard?
No one, and
that's his thing.
That's the issue. He came in there and they started matchup hunting immediately. Jimmy would just get him on him.
You're not putting that guy in to guard Kyle Lowry.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
He was in and he was getting switched on at every good player and they were cooking him. And
because he just has no size on them.
He's too small. He doesn't provide enough on offense, and you have Grant Williams right there.
He's a great perimeter defender. He's no matchup for the Heat.
Pritchard is not a great perimeter defender.
He's okay.
He's below average, but
that's just
Grant Williams, we saw last year. He took on that KD matchup and he did great with it. This is a guy who you could throw him on Jimmy Butler for 10, 15 minutes a game and he'll give you great minutes. I know he hasn't been as effective this year as he was last year.
He didn't play though.
But I think a lot of that is on Missoula misutilizing him, and I would expect them to insert him over Pritchard game 2.
I would almost put the entire outcome of game 1 pretty much based on the coaching. Jimmy Butler
Missoula didn't call a timeout entire time.
Jimmy Butler and Jason Tatum went back and forth all game. The better coach won the game.
The better coach won the game, but also Jimmy executed much better in the fourth quarter.
I think and Bam played great. Strus played great. Role players they hit the shots when they had them.
Caleb Martin had a great game. He hit a couple threes, a couple steals.
15 points.
Jimmy had,
they had 4 guys with
15
points.
Steals?
6 steals.
Yeah.
I mean, he had
timely ones too.
He had a 5-5-5-5 game.
Yeah, I mean, he really willed them as their leader.
Honestly,
to that win.
Yeah, and the Heat don't have to win tonight. The Celtics have to win tonight.
I mean, absolutely. And I think...
And you need to see more out of Tatum in the second half, and you need to see more out of Jaylen Brown.
Yeah, and back to the coaches, I think a lot of that is on coaching, though.
Yeah, you gotta get him the ball.
Spoelstra put Butler in position to succeed. He ran point kind of late, and he made a lot of great passes, facilitating for others, and then obviously got his. Tatum... Maybe Missoula has to draw up more plays to get the ball in his hands. It was a lot of
one
Marcus
assist for
Smart,
Tatum.
a lot of Al Horford. the ball has to touch his hands once per possession.
Only responsible for 32 points in the game. You can't have that out of your superstar.
Yeah.
So tonight the Celtics got to win.
Yeah.
If they don't, they're in deep trouble. I'm not saying the series is over because they're more talented.
Yeah,
but
also it's a little bit less worrisome for them compared to the other teams in this playoffs that are left.
Yeah.
They have all been elite at home. The Lakers, the Nuggets, the Heat. The Celtics have actually not been that great at home. I think dating back to their last 22 games, they're like 11-11.
Yeah.
So
they're a good road team though.
Yeah, a loss at home doesn't hurt them as much as it would others, but
you gotta win tonight. You can't fall on 2-0-2. No. Can't. That's pretty much it for that. They gotta win tonight, and
they will. I don't see them losing.
I don't see them losing either. They're a more talented team.
They're such a weird team too. They just do that where they just look like a bad team a couple times per series, and I think that was just one of those games. And they'll come back, and next game they won't look like that.
So to finish off our NBA news, looks like James Harden is going to go to Houston in this offseason in free agency, and that could have some potential swing on who they sign as a head coach.
They signed Udoka already.
Oh, they have. Right.
Yeah.
And I like that fit for Harden.
Yeah.
Going back to Houston.
Yeah.
It's kind of. They're not a championship team.
No, but and it was Mike Pompey who reported it, who is like the number one Sixers beat reporter. So if he says it is true, but they're not a championship team yet, but they have already put out there that they're looking to add.
Maybe Wemby falls to 4.
Yeah, they are looking to add the role players to that team, kind of in anticipation of him coming. Veterans, they said, and they are planning on trading the number 4 overall pick. So
yeah, that's gonna be a fun team.
Yeah,
Harden's gonna have the ball about 80% of possession season.
It's gonna be an interesting fit with him and Jalen Green.
I think they give the ball to Harden.
Yeah.
But there's nothing much to report on that. We'll see what happens in free agency. Disappointing year in Philly for him. Not like individually, but as a team.
Yeah.
Let's just discuss the NHL news. We had an overtime,
quadruple,
4 overtime game.
Yeah.
The Panthers beat the Hurricanes. Florida goes up 1-0 in the series. Tonight at 8:30, we got the Golden Knights versus Stars. I'm thinking a big Golden Knights Game 1 win.
Yeah.
At home.
What a story for the Golden Knights, too. Expansion team, and they just immediately become one of the more dominant teams in the league. Made it their first year. Here they are again.
Great stuff.
Yeah. And the Kraken almost did it themselves, too.
Yeah.
Second year.
AB going to Arena Football.
Yeah.
That's pretty exciting for him.
Does he own a team in that league too? Isn't that like a conflict of interest? Unless he's playing for his team.
It's Arena Football, so I don't think the conflict of interest.
There was also I think there was a rumor he just wasn't.
Oh, Albany Empire owner Antonio Brown says he's gonna suit up and play for the Empire.
Yeah. Okay.
Probably by Roger Wyland.
Probably because he won't have to pay himself. So
that is
his
he's playing in their next home game, so I'm sure he's not gonna do too much, but he's probably better than everyone in the league.
Yeah, but if he wanted to, he'll do a lot. Realistically, if a team got that desperate, he probably would have a spot in the NFL just based off talent alone, even though he's ridiculously crazy.
Yeah, he is. And that's pretty much it for the news for today. We're going to do a draft today. We're going to draft an all 2010s NFL team. So we'll do a random number generator.
To clarify, 2010s, it's just the 2010s.
Yeah, so it's 2010 to 2019.
Yeah.
So I guess you could pick Mahomes, but that'd be kind of sad.
Yeah, well, that's at first I thought you were saying 2010 to now, so I had Mahomes.
No 2020s. So we're gonna have a random number generator 1 to 100. I'm gonna pick 26. What are you gonna pick? Whoever's closer gets the number 1 pick. 52. 38. Oh my gosh. Oh, you were so close. I'm 12 away. You're 14. All 2010s team. I think I'm gonna start it off. I'm gonna go Tight end, Rob Gronkowski. All right, what's your number one pick? You got 2 and 3.
I disagree with Gronk at 1 because I think Kelsey's pretty
Okay.
comparable.
No,
I'm not picking him yet though.
Oh, because you can pick him last.
Because, yeah.
Oh, and also, sorry, to clarify, we have 2 wide receivers, 2 O-linemen, and we're just doing offense.
I'm gonna pick Tom Brady.
Tom Brady, and then who's your number 2?
I'm actually gonna go with the man we were just talking about, Antonio Brown.
I was thinking Antonio Brown for my number 1 pick, but
yeah, I think that there's a gap between Brady and the other quarterbacks just because
so many rings. What did he have in that season?
I mean, yeah, well,
yeah, that 2011.
he's
Oh,
GOAT,
wait, the
obviously.
Giants beat him.
But Manning retired halfway through.
Yeah.
Mahomes started late. I think he's undoubtedly,
Yeah.
obviously the greatest of all time, but also the best quarterback in that decade.
I'm gonna go Julio Jones, and I'm gonna go Calvin Johnson. I mean, no one is stopping.
Yeah, I thought about Megatron, but I
No,
was trying to place how many years did he play?
I think he retired 2016.
Yeah.
No one is stopping Julio, Calvin, and Gronk.
No one's stopping either of these teams there.
And all 2010's defensive team, maybe.
Yeah.
It's a huge team.
I'm gonna go Adrian Peterson.
Okay.
Oh, I get to.
You get another one.
I feel like there's kind of a drop off here from the wide receiver talent. I'm gonna move to offensive lineman. I'm gonna take Zach Martin.
Let's go.
Who do you want?
I'm taking Joe Thomas, baby.
He retired though. Oh
No,
but
he
that
retired in
was-
like 2021.
Zach Martin's better.
No, he didn't. Wait, Joe Thomas retired in like 2016, right?
No. He did retire late.
2018.
Yeah, Zach Martin's better.
Zach Martin's better?
Yeah.
Joe Thomas is a first ballot Hall of Famer.
So Zach Martin.
I'm gonna go with. Shoot, who do I take here? I mean, it's got to be an O lineman because then it's gaming my last 2 picks. I'm gonna go with Trent Williams,
It's a good pick.
and I guess one of them will have to play to right tackle.
Yeah,
I don't really care.
Yeah,
It's the 2 best tackles
So
potentially.
what I got left, I got wide receiver, tight end, O-line, and you've QB.
I have QB running back, so it's whatever.
Okay. I'll pick Marshall Yanda.
Huge sell on my part for not picking him. Great. I think he played right guard.
Yeah. Huge for those Ravens teams.
Oh yeah.
The wide receiver is tough because at this point you get a lot of guys who were kind of not flashing the pans.
Wow.
But
You're gonna be running a lot of power left with AP.
Part of me wants to take a guy who I know you love. Part of me even considers someone who maybe doesn't have the flashy name but has some good longevity.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I think I know who you're going with.
I'll go reluctantly D-Hop.
All right, you were thinking of
OBJ.
Really? I thought you were thinking of Julian Edelman.
No.
Super Bowl MVP.
No.
Who's your tight end?
I mean,
Kelsey?
yeah.
In the 2010s, Gronk is...
Is he though?
Yes, by far and away in the 2010s, Rob Gronkowski blows Travis Kelsey out of the water.
No, Kelsey was still elite. The receiving numbers.
I would take Jimmy Graham in the 2010s over Travis Kelsey.
No.
Yes, you would.
You're forgetting what
I'm
Kelsey,
pulling up these stats.
You're forgetting what Kelsey did. 2019, he won a Super Bowl. Technically, the Super Bowl took place in 2020, but it was the 1920 season.
Yeah, I count that.
He won a Super Bowl. I mean, the numbers he was putting up was ridiculous still.
You know what? Good pick. See Gronk's career stats, though.
Gronk is Gronk, obviously. I mean, there's a reason why it's highly debated between the two of them, which one is better.
I mean, I think Kelsey's better all time, but I'm thinking that's...
Yeah, no, absolutely. But, I mean, Kelsey just brought more consistency.
You know what?
Gronk's injury
You know what?
numbers.
I'll take the L on that. I think that Kelsey was probably a better pick, and I used Gronk with my first pick, so that's pretty brutal. Excuse me. We go Peyton Manning.
Yeah, I have a feeling.
Retired halfway through, but won a Super Bowl. Was in another one because if you're going with the 2020 Super Bowl, I mean 2010, he was in it, but that doesn't count.
And I mean those Broncos years.
Those Broncos years, 55 touchdowns in a season still holds, even though we have a 17-game season now. And then for running back,
I know who my choice would be.
Jamal Charles, would you go?
No.
Yeah, he's kind of tough. I have to think.
Fantasy legend back in the day, Jamal Charles.
That's why I'm thinking early 2010s, like his prime. Oh.
There's a big drop off though. AP to Jamal Charles.
Yeah.
It's not what you'd want, I feel like.
Yeah, I'm having a hard time thinking about who I'm going to take here. Do you have it like it's a clear?
I wouldn't say it's clear, but I actually almost took him myself because I felt like his peak was really high.
Peyton Hillis. Trent Richardson.
Man,
Ray Rice.
No.
You got AP.
Yeah.
That's the same thing.
Yeah, I forgot what he did, to be honest.
I'm going to go with, I want to hear what you're going to say. I'm going to take Jamal Charles. His peak, he was unstoppable.
I would have went with a teammate of someone from my team. I would have went with Le'Veon.
I was going to say you were thinking Le'Veon Bell. No. I did think about it.
Those peak Le'Veon seasons were better than peak Jamal.
Yeah, but it's actually funny. I was thinking about taking him just because I thought that's who you were thinking. But so to recap the team,
Jets legend too.
Yeah,
that
almost Giants legend, man.
But you guys almost saw.
Recap.
You wouldn't have had Saquon then.
Recap. Not Giants. Peyton Manning, Jamal Charles, Julio Jones, Calvin Johnson, Gronk, Joe Thomas, and Trent Williams for my team. Matt's team: Tom Brady, AP, Antonio Brown, D-Hop, Kelsey, Zach Martin, Marshall Yanda. Comment below which team you think is better.
D-Hop is the weak point of my team, but I feel like I overall got a stronger one.
I don't know. I think the Kelsey over Gronk kind of killed me.
Yeah, that first pick kind of, especially for a position that only we were picking one of.
And there's two guys.
Yeah. Strategically not.
Anyways, I think that my receivers are way better than yours, and you picked AB first. So.
No, I think AB is clearly best of the three.
Maybe. Yeah, that's
for
true,
the decade.
Actually. That's true. And D-Hop's up there.
But I think there's a start decline between D-Hop and the other guys.
All right. Thank you guys for watching episode 3 of the Sideline Show. Tune in next time and have a good day.